Let's take a live look at Washington National Cathedral, where today families, friends, and dignitaries will pay their final respects to one of America's most powerful and controversial vice presidents. Funeral services for Dick Cheney start in just a few hours at Washington National Cathedral. Former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden both expected to attend. Cheney died earlier this month from health complications at the age of 84. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey is live in Washington. Good morning, Tom. What kind of scene can we expect there today?
Hey, Hannah, good morning from outside Washington National Cathedral here in the nation's capital, where later this morning this special memorial service for former Vice President Dick Cheney will be held. Among the special guests, like you said, former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden. But this all kicks off right around 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we're expecting special tributes in honor of Cheney, including from former President George W. Bush, as well as his daughter and longtime Wyoming Representative Liz Cheney and some of Cheney's grandchildren. But Cheney led a long life in politics, representing Wyoming in Congress for 10 years and serving under 4 different presidents in total, including as White House Chief of Staff and Secretary of Defense. But Cheney, of course, will be most remembered for his time as vice president under George W. Bush. Stories of him being in the White House bunker on 9/11, literally leading the U.S. response as President George W. Bush dealt with communication issues aboard Air Force One. And later in life, Cheney actually spoke about the experience and the aftermath.
And if I had it to do all over again, I would do exactly the same thing. I'd be just as tough and aggressive as I could to make certain that those individuals who wished us harm and who were prepared to kill thousands of Americans to achieve a political objective got what they had coming to them.
During his term as vice president, Cheney also served as a big voice in support of invading Iraq, convincing the president to do so based off false intelligence showing Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. But Hannah, again, this all kicks off right around 11 a.m. Eastern time. And, like I said, former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden expected to be here, and they should be entering behind those doors behind me. Hannah?
Yeah, I already see the cameras set up. What kind of tribute are we hearing from the White House ahead of the funeral, Tom?
Well, President Trump has said very little about the passing of former Vice President Dick Cheney. We will note, though, flags were lowered to half staff at the White House and on the grounds of the White House. But these two did not share a warm relationship. In fact, Cheney appeared in a campaign commercial for his daughter, Liz Cheney, when she ran for re-election for Congress in 2022. And the former vice president described President Trump as a threat to the republic and a coward. We will note that NewsNation reached out to the White House team about whether or not the Trump administration will send a representative to the services today, but we did not receive a response. Hannah?
All right, Tom Dempsey, we'll check in with you all day long, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.